Welcome, and as you know that we was discussing about this very book, and we completed in the part 1 of this video. If you go there, we talk about this engine, this basics physics of car, and then battery system, how it connected, the basics, very basics it we started. Now this is a course, I mean, after completing this you will learn how to repair and you will understand the car very well. So we hope you will understand. So keep with yourself a pen and paper, and we will start very fashioning way. So what we have is, we are talking about this in the chapter 1 about workforce, energy and power, and then torque and all we talk about. Then we talk about the different kind of engine and heat energy, energy transfer from one energy to another, like chemical, mechanical, electrical, light, and many others in the list, almost around 6 energy. And the engine is as a group of system, and then we will talk about transferring systems, and in the next we will talk about the brake system. So keep patience, and so we will start in this video. We try to make at least 20 to 30 minutes of video, not more than that, but we can do it, right? So transferring torque and front wheel drive, fine. I think we discussed this one, right? Let's talk about this. So how we transfer the torque? First, let me tell you that this is the engine, and here is the lubricating oil is pumped through an internal combustion engine under pressures, and oil pump circuit lubricant from the pan at the bottom of the engine through a filter to moving parts within an engine. So in removing that heat of many, so we talk about these cooling systems, right? For many of the moving parts, the oil may reach up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Airflow over the oil pan or restore at the bottom of the engine help to control the oil. Some cars and truck may be equipped with a special oil cooler to reduce heat further and keep the oil from breaking down at high temperature. So transferring torque, the power from the rotating engine crankshaft represent torque or turning force. From the crankshaft, the torque is transferred through a drivetrain or a group of parts and systems that eventually provide torque to the driving wheel. The main driven component is the transmission, so which transmit engine torque to other parts connected to the wheel. So front wheel drive, in the typical passenger car, only two wheels are turned by torque created by the engine. So those driving wheel can be either front or rear wheel. Today the majority of new cars have front wheel drive, FWD, front wheel drive. So power is transferred from the crankshaft to an engine, usually mount transversal or sideway on most front wheel drive car into a transaxle. So here is that transaxles you see here, and this is the engine and this is the front wheel. So basically it's front wheel that run, so the engine is there. So yeah, right. And the transaxle contain many of the parts and functions of the drivetrain in a single housing. A transaxle contain a transmission to provide multiple forward speed and reverse. In addition, the transaxle contain a special gear axles mechanism known as differential. The name differential comes from the fact that this mechanism make it possible for your driven wheel to turn at different speed around a corner while continuing to supply the wheel with torque. This function is described in greater detail in next video. So in the next means in the drivetrain chapter. So as you shift gears manually or as your automatic transmissions operator torque is transmitted or transferred from the engine to the drivetrain parts. Torque from the engine passes into the transaxle to the differential to two metal driven shaft connected to the front wheel. The torque turns the front wheel and your car is pulled along the road. So this is the way actually it worked. Rear wheel drive. So until the late 1970s, most passenger cars were designed with rear wheel drive. So the engine was in the back side, in the rear. Now we have in the front. So the truck, buses and utility vehicles and some cars contain to use this design even today. So most new cars have front wheel drives. So most of the car have a front wheel FWD drive. So engine are commonly mounted transversely and in a side way. So then let me show you this rear front. So in a rear wheel drive RWD powertrain, torque is transmitted from the engine through the clutch and transmission drive shaft and differential to the rear wheel. Here is the differential gears and axle tube, axle shaft. Here is the wheel, axle shaft, axle tube. Now universal joints, those are, and differential housing, clutch or torque converter, then transmissions, and here is the engine one, right? In your car has rear wheel drive. That crankshaft is linked via clutch mechanism or a torque converter to a transmission and then into a long drive shaft that carry the power to a rear mount differential. Metal axe shaft are connected between the differential and the two rear wheel. So four wheel or all wheel drive. Front wheel drive and rear wheel drive can be combined on a single vehicle to power all four wheels. These configurations of four wheel all wheel drive is useful for off-road driving or driving through heavy snow or mud. More information on A4WD or AWD is provided in the drivetrain chapter. So now you know essentially what make the wheel turn, and however your preliminary understanding of the operations of car should also include the parts that permit you to operate your car safely and comfortably. So read on. Let's talk about the most important parts to save your life, that is brakes. If a car don't have a brakes, then you're gonna reach into that hell. So be very careful. So make a car moves is more thing, but to operate a vehicle safely, you also have to be able to make it slow down and stop it. So which is the job of your car's brake system? We know braking systems, but how it works? And the brake system is an excellent example of energy conversion. Brakes operate by converting the motions of the car mechanical energy into heat energy. So how actually it works, let me show you. So as this conversion occurs, the car is slowed down. So that is why actually there is a friction going on. A rubber plate is going to catch your wheel and then friction start and it's try to reduce its friction, so it becomes slow down, and then it produce heat. This friction produce heat. So that is why your brake gets hot. That's why you brake. So the brakes operated by converting motions of the car mechanical energy into heat energy. As this conversion occurs, the car is slowed down and reduce and increase heat. So with repeating uses, so two general type of brakes are used on and automobiles. First is disc brakes. So disc brakes and drum brakes. So in my car I have both the brakes, I the disc as well as drum. And many bikes I learned that they use front brake as a disc and rear brake in a drum. So many new cars have disc brakes on the front wheel and either disc or drum on the rear wheel. So majority of new cars pick up as SUV. SUVs have disc brakes on the car. So the service brakes refer to the normal braking systems excluding the energy or parking brakes and are hydraulic. A fluid under pressures operates. So here is that disc brakes. You see here, this is an hydraulic brake system, and here is the drum brake. Fine. So brake pads and power assist, and here's the master cylinder. So how brake is work, actually we need to explain using this animation. So if you want to if you can visualize these things, you can understand them more better. So that is why we say whenever you are reading this kind of stuff or try to imagination, yes, you can't imagine, right? So your imagination power may be not that good while you listen them, so but while you see this, that this is how it's going on. Now in the past we don't have that much of technology and resources, so we can't create that visualizations, but nowadays we can create an exact form of in animations, right? So animation are being in a boom, and you find many numerous YouTube videos and YouTubers who are making using Blender. They create animation videos that explain the basics things of how brake works, how fluid go and press, and then it's, you know, try to slow down the car. So this is, I thought this is the amazing things I have ever watched on YouTube. So I used to watch a lots of animations. I'm saying you that it is, if I can show you, then you can understand it more betterly. So one thing is very important, that while I'm teaching, try to teach someone, if you tell me I may remember, if you show me, if you tell me I may forget, if you show me I may remember, and if I involve you, I will learn and apply in real life. So what I want to say is, go and watch it by yourself, the animation, so that will help you a lot. So it will no need to further imagine, but most of the time while you start imagining by your own, you make mistakes, you make a wrong imaginations, wrong assumptions it work. So yes, if you are reading it and you understand it properly, then no doubt do it. So we talk about this brake, disc and drum, and many important parts is there, right? So here is the disc brake operations on the same principle as a bicycle hand. Disc brake and slow the and stop the vehicle. So we see basics kind of brakes in our bicycles. So as similar as it is. Now we're gonna end this video here. In the next video we will talk about this disc drum, or maybe starting from the steering. Best is if we start from the steering. So you can't, you know, understand it properly if you see this kind of unknown, very not so much clear of a visual diagram. But definitely if you have a pre-requisite knowledge, if you watch them before, then if you watching it in front of you, that is very helpful. So first watch this, and then if I explain, if you watch them, then it will be helpful. Okay, so then we will talk about the steering parts. That is also going to be very interesting. Thanks for watching and keep watching.